Good morning, folks. Jim Giacchetta here. We thank you for joining our VidOvation TV webinar for the hospitality and entertainment markets. Our definition of hospitality, we're obviously including hotels, casinos. We've done a lot of work with MGM City Center. The VidOvation team built the fiber optic infrastructure for the hotels and casinos there at the City Center in Las Vegas. So we've done a lot of broadcast projects, hospitality projects over the years. So today we're going to talk about our VidOvation TV or IPTV solution as it pertains to these markets. So let me just dive right in. There we go. So some of you folks probably know who we are. In case you don't, my background, I've been in the television, broadcast, pro AV, corporate AV industries for over 30 years. Our extended team has more than 50 years of experience. We bring a lot of video networking, fiber optics, IPTV, encoding, wireless experience to our customers. Our slogan or our tagline is moving video forward, so that's descriptive of how we help our clients move video from point A to point B, or how to distribute video across a wireless, wired, fiber optic type networks. We think of ourselves as problem solvers. Throughout my entire career, I've always enjoyed doing the never been done before or solving that unique problem that a client may have. And a prime example of that is in the last 4 years we've been working with the National Hockey League, and we helped them solve a problem of goal officiating inside the hockey goal. So from the ground up, we built them a customized 60 gigahertz wireless camera system. So we welcome the challenge, and we tell all of our clients that we want to learn more about your business, learn more about your business model, some of the pains and struggles you may have in your business, and we're here to help you succeed and to solve some of those issues, or to do something that's never been done before, like the NHL goal cam. So let me just jump in. So what is VidOvation TV? What is IPTV? So let me start with the old way of doing it, or describing what it's not. So the traditional way to move video through a home or a corporation or a sports venue or a casino is over traditional coax, and to set up an RF plant throughout the facility, with those ugly, thick, black RF coaxial cables. You need amplifiers, splitters. Those systems work fine, and there are systems still in deployment today that use a coaxial distribution system. It's not scalable is one of the negatives. Besides being very cumbersome with these heavy cables and splitters, it's not scalable, or it's not easy to scale. When you compare that to an IPTV system, it'll run over your existing network. So every corporation has a computer network of some sort. In some cases, you may need to expand the capability of your backbone in your network, but 9 times out of 10, the facility, the venue already has sufficient backbone. Then it also gives us the ability to not only to display on standard TVs, like with the RF cable TV approach, we can display now on smartphones, on the computer desktop. We can put some more high-end features, bells and whistles, integration with your business operations. So in the case of hospitality or hotels, we can push entertainment. So you can have pre-recorded movies, video on demand, or certainly live television that you distribute to the guests' rooms, their hotel rooms. It's also for information purposes, you know, whether it's a hotel or a public venue, you'll have what we call a barker channel, and it's the channel that pushes advertisements. So in the case of the hotel, they're pushing you to rent video-on-demand movies. They're encouraging you to visit the gift shop, to go to their restaurant, and to learn about other amenities in the hotel or other attractions in and around the hotel. In a live sporting venue, you could have you know, information about the team, branding of the venue, display team scores, that sort of thing. Integrate with the food and beverage service. In the hotel environment, you know, you can check out of the hotel through the IPTV system. In some cases, in some installs that we've done, you can order room service through the system. So it's not only a television system, it's an interactive system. It can interact with all the business functions, all the transactions, all the commerce that goes on inside your facility, whether it's a hotel, a casino, or a live venue or a sporting venue. So in the hospitality market, you know, you always look at the revenue per room, revenue per occupant. So, you know, having a state-of-the-art entertainment system, you know, parents can have video games, movies to keep the kids occupied while the parents are doing their thing. It also promotes the brand. You know, if you're a major hotel chain, you can promote other locations. A lot of hotels now are selling timeshares, so you can sell other properties, other commodities of the hotel and its vendors through the system. So let me go up here. So back to sports. So I think I covered all that. What's really nice too is that, you know, we can even integrate with the put team stats, put the score of the game. Then the other cool thing is most sporting venues don't only have one team. So if you take the Staples Center here in LA, we have the Lakers, the Clippers, the LA Kings for hockey. So you can change the branding of the IPTV system to a specific event. You can have defaults. So you know, you might have the Staples Center logo in one corner and then the Lakers logo in another corner. Then the following night it's a Clippers night, so you have the Clippers logo and the Staples Center logo. So you can change your branding, your look and color based on the events that are going on at your facility. So when it comes to casinos, it's a lot of the same, you know, I think more now on the casino floor. You know, most casinos have hotels, so you could kind of have a mix and match where part of the system is for entertainment in room, and then another part of the system is, you know, entertainment for sports book, for gambling. So you want to have all your different sporting events up on the TV so people can do their betting. You can have all the off-track betting for horse racing, harness racing, and that sort of thing. So any kind of media, any kind of television, whether live or pre-recorded, you can distribute on the system. And the nice thing about our system is, you know, it's like, well, part of my business is I'm a hotel. Another part of my business, I'm a live sporting event. I have a casino in another building. We can mix and match the functionality. We can give you all the features if you want them. So we can do a blend, and we're constantly customizing too. In sporting venues, it's common that the IPTV system needs to integrate with Aramark. They're the usual concession provider at a lot of ballparks, for example. So we have an API that will talk to their billing and ordering system, so we can integrate that with the system. When we're talking about hotels, there's billing and back office tools and software that they use, and we integrate with most of those tools. And if we don't currently support a given system, as long as there's an API and it's well documented, our programmers can customize the connection between the VidOvation TV platform and your back office or your billing systems. So what are the key advantages? So you know, as I mentioned with the RF or coaxial, it's not scalable. So with the IPTV, we can take virtually any type of signal into the system. We're an open architecture, so we obviously want you to use the VidOvation brand of encoders and our set-top boxes, but it is an open architecture, so if you have pre-existing content or you have an older IPTV system that you want to integrate with ours, as long as that system is open architecture, we can work nicely with other systems. If you want to expand later on, we hope you would come back to VidOvation, you know, due to our world-class technology and our great support and service. We hope our clients would come back to us, and 99% of the time they do. But the customers don't like to be locked into something that's sole source or proprietary. So in most cases, most of our product line, you know, there's always a few exceptions to the rule, but just in general as a business philosophy, we try to keep our architecture as open as possible. So you can see here we support, you know, MPEG 1, 2, 4, H.264. We can do standard definition and high definition. We run over your existing computer networks. Obviously, if you want to add a display to a given room or location, you would need power for the computer, and you would need a computer Ethernet connection for that display. We work with Amino set-top boxes or smart TVs. So a lot of the Samsung or the LG smart TVs, we have an app that is compatible with those TVs, so we can integrate with those very easily. Another area is the electronic program guide. Some providers, they'll go out on the internet and they'll look for public information of what's on what channel, and they'll scrape the information and redistribute it to their IPTV clients. We don't do that. We set you up with a Tribune subscription, so you have the latest, most up-to-date, audited electronic program guide or list of programming available. So there's no mix-ups that, you know, the show you want to watch is on at 3 o'clock on the History Channel, and there's some accuracy there. Another common thing is, you know, video on demand or video recording, or what we call time shifting. You know, that's the technical term. So I don't want to watch my show now. I want to watch it later or tomorrow. So the technical term is time shifting, or you know, digital video recorder, DVR, or PVR. It really stands for personal video recorder. So you can have each display, each set-top box record shows either locally in the set-top box, or most IT folks prefer to store centrally. So IT has control over the storage. They can set storage limits, so there's usually a storage device on the network. Or if you already have storage, we can support your existing storage for TV recording. We can also, I mentioned that we will stream to the desktop. So we can have a media player embedded in your browser, and you have full control over the live programming. You have all your video on demand or your pre-recorded shows on there. Plus you can DVR or PVR right from the desktop. So you can reach smartphones, tablets, PCs, TVs, smart displays, and you can't do any of those things with an old coaxial type system. A lot of times, though, customers will say, well, I want to keep my live programming on the coaxial system. It's working. Can we add some of this capability, you know, streaming to the desktop, smartphones, and tablets? We can since our system is incremental, we can add some of the over-the-top or some of these high-end features to an existing system, and what we'll do is on the TV we'll switch inputs. So when people are watching the live channels, they'll look at the RF or the cable TV input, and then when you channel up or go to a certain channel, the TV will seamlessly switch channels. So there are ways to kind of integrate the old with the new. So you know, some clients are not ready to make the leap to completely throw out their old coaxial system. So we'll work with you, try to give you some of the new features, and migrate you over to the latest and greatest, you know, IPTV type solutions. So let me keep going. So here's another cool thing. So I mentioned how we can do branding. So if anyone on your team, you know, most big corporations, they have some web programmers on staff. If your corporation doesn't really have any in-house web guys that can, you know, edit a cascade style sheet, it's pretty easy to customize the imagery in the interface, and that translates to the desktop player and the set-top box. You can customize the whole look and feel. You can go back to this slide over here. All this can be customized. You know, so you can have your branding here. You can choose the color palette for it. You can have some logos up here with your branding. So there is a good amount of customization that we can put into the system. You know, the cool thing with video on demand, you know, you can pause shows, fast forward, rewind, bookmark, which is real nice. So you don't have to watch commercials. You know, advertisers don't particularly like that, but you know, we can push advertising through an IPTV system in other ways. You know, when a system is dormant or hasn't, you know, basically what a lot of clients do is we'll set a schedule. So at midnight every night, every TV will tune back to the promo channel or the Barker channel. So every display in the organization will be on a certain channel when people come in the morning. So maybe in the lobby or in public spaces, you'll have some advertising loop running. We can set you up. We can help you with the creation of the digital signage, as we call it, or dynamic signage content, or the content for this promo channel. But you may not want the promo channel in the break room or where employees hang out. So there you might want some HR information displayed, you know, the holiday schedule or special events that you're preparing for, things that are coming up. So you can have different content available on different displays. You can give your users, your employees, your fans, your hotel guests access to different levels of content. So for example, at a sporting venue, maybe there's an internal channel for the venue that has HR information for employees of the venue. Then there could be a channel for each of your sports teams where they're collaborating. Maybe there's training videos that they're running in a loop. Maybe they recorded their practice from the day before, and they want the players to watch, see what they did right, see what they did wrong. So just think about all types of content that may or may not be used in your workflow. Sports, you know, obviously filming or televising the live game is important, but coaches want to distribute to the players archive footage, training footage, and they can give the players access to this content at home on their iPad, on their desktop, on their smartphone. So all the players can see the latest training videos from the coach. So that's another aspect to all of this. That think of it not only about live TV and entertainment. Any videos that we handle in our normal life, from marketing to HR training to team training, any kind of a video file can be organized, archived, tagged, and controlled. And by control, I mean that you wouldn't want employees of the venue seeing a training video of the team or vice versa, or you wouldn't want that to fall into the hands of any fans, etc. So all these systems will tie into Active Directory. So any organization, any venue, you're going to have a computer network, you're going to have a domain server, and every set-top box, every computer, every notebook, every laptop, every tablet, every phone can only log into the system based on their Active Directory credentials. So IT loves these systems, so everything is controlled, everything is locked down. We also add digital rights management, so all these videos are encrypted. So even if a player, a fan, records a video clip, that video clip is stored on a piece of storage somewhere. It's encrypted. No one can steal that unless they have the cipher keys. No one can play that without the proper authority. So as I mentioned earlier, we integrate with your property management systems. And again, it could be concessions at a ballpark. It could be the billing systems at a hotel. It could be something unique to your business, and we can write the API to talk to those systems. In the case of hotels, as I mentioned, check your bill, check out. In the case of hospitality or concessions, integrating with your point of sale system, you can order your food on the TV display from your hotel room, or if you're in a VIP suite at a sporting venue and you want to order a plate of nachos or some hot dogs, you can do that through the IPTV system, and we would integrate with Aramark or the concession service at your venue. So let me see here. Let's keep going. So again, the digital rights management. So when it comes to your own content, of course you want to encrypt that. So you need digital rights for that. When you bring live TV into a system like this, the local cable operator or the satellite company that we partner with will require some sort of digital rights management. In other words, the satellite providers, the cable companies, they're obligated with their contracts with the studios and the content creation or the rights holders that to monetize and make sure no one is watching that content and then pay for it. So, DirecTV, Dish Network, they all want to know, how many eyeballs are going to see that HBO program, how many people are going to be watching that live sporting event on our IPTV system in a bar or a casino. So you will negotiate with your local content provider, whether it's cable or satellite, how many people will be watching, how many rooms you have in your hotel. That will be part of your enterprise contract with them. But then they want to know that we're handling the video correctly on the network and that we're encrypting everything. So typically what we do is we'll put a digital rights management server, one RU box as part of the system, and we get a certificate once we set that system up, and the content provider will want to see that certificate. And we use name brand providers that all of them know and support. So it's just a matter of paperwork. We show that we have the digital rights management set up. They will allow live content then to be distributed. They'll allow their live content to be distributed on our network. So let's see. Then for IT too, that usage statistics. So obviously you want to know if someone ordered or downloaded a movie in your hotel room in order to bill them. But in a corporate environment, you may want to know if there's some new HR sexual harassment video that everyone needs to watch for compliance purposes. Well, IT can send HR a report as to who watched the video, who watched half the video, who didn't watch the video at all. So HR can go to those people and say, hey, you need to watch this video, otherwise, we're going to fire you. So same thing with team players, they need to watch the training videos. The coach will know, which players are engaged and which ones are not, who's watching the training videos and who's not. In a sporting venue, you could look at trends, who's looking at what. Maybe you're thinking, there's not enough food is being ordered from the VIP suite. So you can push some promos to those channels and those rooms to try to get them to encourage them, make them aware that they can order food through the system. Parental controls, I think more of a hotel. In the corporate environment, restrictive access controls. We're working with a lot of the major studios, and we're pushing dailies for cinema and for television, and obviously they wouldn't want the dailies from an upcoming movie to leak out 6 months early. So you think parental controls, security controls, we can offer all of that. Emergency alert, now that's a big topic right now. We do a lot with universities, with violence in higher education universities or in public spaces. You can do an emergency alert where you can take control of every TV display on the network and put, okay, building's in lockdown, or tell everyone to evacuate the building. So you can do some of your disaster alert or preparedness through the system. That brings up another application, disaster preparedness videos. Again, you can push those training videos to your employees, to your staff through this type of IPTV system. Housekeeping tools. Maid can log in, someone cleaning the VIP suite or someone cleaning or maintaining a hotel room. They can go to the TV, punch in a code, and alert the system that the room's been cleaned. Or if there's food trays that have been left behind, they can alert the catering service to come clean the room, take the dirty dishes away. So the sky's the limit. If there's something unique in your business, your workflow that you'd like to address or add to this type of system, we can put hooks in the system to tie into your business processes. Let me take a sip. So again, some of this is a little redundant. Again, this slide is coming back to the whole customization and the branding. We can get your branding, your messaging, your team logo, your hotel logo into the system. So here's a sample of a hotel and casino that we did. So you see we got the company's logo here. What's nice about our system is that it's familiar. You'd never want to roll out a television system that's completely different than what people are used to from DirecTV or their cable box at home. I have to say my cable box at home, I won't name names, it's not the most reliable cable box. It's always rebooting, resetting. We use not the world's most least expensive set-top box. They average about, small quantities, $200 each to $150 in volume. We've standardized on the Amino set-top box. I don't know why more cable operators don't use this box. It's very robust. It's designed really well. It doesn't hang up. It doesn't glitch. It's just very reliable. So where I think of a consumer type product in the home, the Amino is an enterprise-grade piece of hardware. We put our own firmware on it. We customize or we add our own special sauce to the firmware of the Amino. So we're using a rock-solid piece of hardware with our own software on top. That's what gives you the whole customized branding. This gets flashed into the set-top box when it's provisioned by the server. So when you hook up a new set-top box to the network, it communicates with the IPTV server and downloads its firmware, its upgrade. The server, if there is an upgrade, say you change your company logo or you want to change your branding or your colors, the server can push, in the middle of the night would be a good time to push out an update at midnight to get all the set-top boxes to update themselves. So here's some more examples. I think this is San Diego. I think that it's the convention center has those little sails on top. I forget where this is located. But you see there's customization. You know, you can greet the guest by name, the room number. If this was a VIP suite for the Lakers game, they know ahead of time who's renting the room. You know, you could have your, you know, welcome execs from IBM, you know, if it's a corporate hospitality suite, or you could welcome if it's some big shot, have their name on there. So you can have customization for the room, for the venue, for the display built into the system. Let's keep going here. I think I got some more examples. Oop, I don't know why that didn't load. I got a blank slide in there. Let me keep going. So here's another one. This is a little bit more, you know, this is more of a Barker channel. So here we're trying to push people to rent some videos. So you can have thumbnails in your video library, advertising, promoting the video that you have on demand, the video content that you have available. You can also, obviously, you know, going to track the monetization. If people order these movies, obviously they can be for free if it's more of a corporate environment. The other thing, too, is that you can think of these systems as an asset management system. I know in our own company, you know, we have more and more videos in our marketing department, more videos on our website, so it becomes cumbersome to organize your videos. Where is that latest marketing video? I can't find it. You could get into the IPTV or the VidOvation TV system from your desktop, search the video on demand library to go find that HR, that training video. The IT department can ingest any video. We found it's never a good idea to just automatically scan the entire corporate network and just ingest any video that it finds. It's better to have a semi-automated but organized process of, you know, one directory at a time. You know, so someone in marketing or operations can send a list of directories that they want IT to bring into the system. And if the videos have a cohesive title, you know, that will appear in the system. If there's descriptive metadata and tags, that can all get imported to help people find the videos. If that information is not embedded in the video, it can be added. So we can have metadata. So you can search for videos by genre, application, by name, by keyword. So you can organize your videos, organize your assets in that regard through this type of system. So, you know, by doing this, it's an all-digital system. Yeah, you know, believe it or not, a lot of the old coaxial systems, some people are still using analog. You get interactivity, interactive guide, time shifting, that's the DVR, personal DVR, pausing and fast forwarding live TV. It's a high quality display. Even though you know, the Amino is relatively inexpensive, we can do 1080p 60. We can do high resolution. We can store the video on the set-top box or in a remote or a common location. The environment is friendly. You know, it's a familiar interface, familiar type interface for the client. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I covered most of this. So here's some more about the differences. So a lot of corporations too, they still have tube-based displays, enormous displays that go in with some of these legacy systems. You know, if you tear out the copper coaxial infrastructure, you don't have to throw that all in the trash. You know, the copper is of high value right now, so you can recoup the copper you have in your walls has increased in value over the last 20 years. So you can pull that out, recycle it. There's also environmental concerns with the older television displays that may have lead and mercury and other toxic chemicals in them that, you know, a lot of corporations are conscious of that, recycling, disposing properly of this older equipment. So modernizing your facility for IPTV or for other reasons, it's the perfect time to consider upgrading your infrastructure, your television infrastructure. We're planning a system with one of the major studios here, and they're adding another studio. They're expanding, so it's the perfect time to introduce IPTV and to upgrade their capabilities. So let me keep going. So again, we can talk to the desktop, the set-top box, integrate with smart TVs. So what does the head end look like? So we're going to need a couple of racks of equipment. It varies on the type of system, but anywhere from 1 RU to maybe a dozen RUs. Again, it depends how the live content is delivered to you. If the satellite provider gives you like a COM 1000 box that spits out IP, we don't need encoders. Cable companies typically provide set-top boxes, so they're going to give you an HDMI connection, so we need to encode that into IP, so you might need a few more rack units for that. But we'll help you design the system, make the most economical system for your application. So, we need a server that runs the middleware. That's like the special sauce that manages the whole system. It controls the set-top boxes. The video on demand is usually another appliance that sets up, that indexes all your live videos. It sets up the sessions when people want to watch it. A third server is the digital rights management, as I mentioned. So anywhere from 1 to 3 servers are needed. Again, it can interface with your property management systems or your business systems in your company. Here's some of the optional stuff. Digital turnarounds and video encoders. So a digital turnaround would be if a cable company or a satellite provider gave you the video in QAM format, or usually a satellite or cable provider comes out in QAM. Inside the QAM stream or QAM encoding usually is an MPEG-2 or an MPEG-4 stream. So a digital turnaround, another way, is it's a digital gateway. So basically, we unwrap the QAM signal and pull the MPEG-2 or MPEG-4 stream out, and that MPEG-2 or MPEG-4 stream is compatible with our system. So a full encoder is a little bit more expensive. So if we're taking HDMI or baseband video and encoding it, it's a little bit more pricey to get a full-blown encoder. If we're given some sort of a ASI QAM signal, we can unwrap it or do a digital turnaround and save you some money. So these are some of the things that will help you decide which way to go. Clients that want more international programming, Dish Network has more of that type program. Clients that want more sports, DirecTV is a good approach. Or some client want a blend of both. So we put 2 satellite dishes on the roof. So, or they want their local Time Warner feed coming in, plus some satellite. So we can mix and match and meet all your needs, and we can take baby steps. We can scale this up. You don't have to buy all the bells and whistles from day one. So then another appliance. So that video on demand requires another appliance. So the time shifting. We're definitely going to need storage for that. We need some control for that as well. So each of these features usually requires another appliance. But the whole, so you're only looking at a minimum of 1 to 4 or 5 servers to do a full-blown IPTV system. And we can push this system over your existing Cat 5.6 network, fiber, DSL. We can even push IP over your existing coaxial plant. That's another approach. So if you don't have a LAN connection, we can push Ethernet over the old coax. So we can repurpose things. We can even push over wireless. Obviously, if you're going to go to a smartphone or a tablet, you're probably going to be you definitely will be on a wireless or a cellular or Wi-Fi type connection. So here's a graphical representation. So you got content coming in, over-the-air content, free content. You'd have some receivers, some satellites, some integrated receiver decoders from satellite, content from internally from storage devices, and depending upon how it comes in, we may or may not. Here's a gateway. So this is like satellites, probably MPEG 2 or 4 already. So with the IP gateway, we're just unwrapping an ASI stream which already has MPEG 2 or MPEG 4. ASI is just a wrapper for the MPEG 2 or 4 stream. So the gateway is just a fancy way of saying it's the device that unwraps the present. It unwraps the stream. So then that will feed right into the IPTV system. It's compatible with our Amino set-top boxes. Over-the-air signals will come over ATSC. You have a receiver and a decoder. So it depends how you're bringing your video in, and you can see we can support different approaches, different signal formats. VidOvation, we're not only a manufacturer, we provide professional services. So a lot of our clients, they end up getting free consultation services, engineering and design services, project management services, warranty and support. So we bundle that in with our offerings. Here's kind of a cleaner, more streamlined approach. So video sources coming in from all over the world. You hit some encoders, then you distribute it on a network. The middleware takes control of it, organizes all the different streams, and then here's all your different devices that we can talk to. So it's just another way of looking at the same signal flow workflow. Just the other day I was at a client, we did a site survey. So, we don't hesitate to come out and engage with our clients. Seeing is believing, going and, boots on the ground, doing a site survey. We can help our clients design a system that meets their applications, that fulfills their business needs. We'll help you with the customization. We'll either give you the tools to do it yourself if you have a web guy or a web department, someone that's familiar with cascaded style sheets, or we can do it for you. A nominal hourly rate, we can program that for you. We'll integrate with your property management systems. The set-top boxes are automatically managed and controlled. Your external smartphones, tablets, those are controlled as well. So let's see here. IT guys love it. There's an administrative console, so they can see what's going on. They can manage the video stream usage on the network. They can double check to make sure unauthorized personnel or devices are not watching restricted content. Front desk console, so people at the front desk, for billing purposes, they know what movies were watched at the sporting venue. They can add the concession purchases through the system to the bill for the VIP suite. So it's just really nice that the guests feel welcomed with the personalization, with their corporate name or their name greeting them in the system. Just gives the people the warm fuzzies. Marketing, I was reading an article actually just last night that in marketing the big trend is personalization. So people like, if someone just says, "Dear sir, please read this marketing piece." If it says, "Dear Jim, we thank you for attending our webinar today," or "We thank you for using our IPTV systems today," or "We thank you for your purchases today at the Lakers game." It gives people the warm and fuzzies. It enhances your brand. It improves the brand experience. So again, a lot of this gets a little repetitive. So I'll try not to repeat myself too many times here. But again, it integrates with your business systems. We can customize. We can integrate with your brand. Then here's some of the hardware. Now so our IPTV system, the middleware, will work with anyone's encoders. So if you have another brand of H.264, MPEG-4 encoders or MPEG-2 encoders. They will work with our systems. You know, we work with a lot of broadcasters, so obviously they already have some IP streams running on their network. So we can upgrade those systems with our brand of encoders. We have some really enterprise broadcast grade encoders in an open gear platform. We can do 20 channels in 2 RUs, unicast and multicast, and we can do 6 channels or 2 channels per standalone box, and then we can mount 3 of these boxes in 1 RU, so we can get 6 RUs. So you can save the cost of the frame. The frame is like $2,000-ish, but the nice thing about the frame is you have redundant power. So in more mission-critical applications, you know, we like to have, you know, redundant power, whereas on the standalone you don't get that capability. But you know, you can mix and match this technology. Coming back to multicast, so for some of you that don't know the difference, so a unicast stream is a stream set up for only one session or one user. The internet is only unicast enabled. So when you're watching Netflix at home or on your desktop, or you're watching a YouTube stream, these providers need a content distribution network with media servers all around the world, because the videos are you got to set up millions of sessions, one for each viewer. If you have a live performance being pushed through the internet and millions of people log in to watch, you need 1 million unicast streams. So you need that bandwidth out of your primary server. Or you partner with a content distribution network, so you push those sessions closer to your viewers so they can watch it from a server that's closer to them, so they don't get inhibited by network congestion or internet congestion. With a multicast stream, one stream can be shared by millions of users, but you can't do multicast over the internet the way it is today. You know, there's theories out there that the next generation of the internet may be multicast enabled. We'll see if that ever happens. But on a corporate environment, in a controlled environment at a sporting venue or a hotel, we just need you only need bandwidth on the backbone of your network to support the 50 channels, the 100 channels that you need. Typically high def, you need about 8 megabits per second. If you round up to 10 megabits per second, it makes the math easier. So you know, so if you have 50 channels, you're going to need 500 megabits per second. Now, most networks are gigabit Ethernet these days. If you put, excuse me, if you were putting in a new network today, you do 10 gig E, even in a small hotel or a small venue. Now, you want room for expansion. 10 gig E now is commonplace. So 500 megs of live TV bandwidth, multicast bandwidth, sitting in your backbone is no big deal. So what happens is the 50 or so channels sit in the backbone. When someone makes a request, that the stream that you want is sent to that appliance, that computer, that desktop, that set-top box. You don't clog your whole network with all 50 channels. A segment of the network or a port on your computer will only see that bandwidth when it makes a request. So that's the beauty of multicast. Unicast, if you have 1,000 sessions or 1,000 employees, you have to manage 1,000 streams simultaneously, and you can see how you would need much more bandwidth. Now, multicast is great for the live channels. For video on demand or pre-recorded channels, you have to then set up a unicast session for people to watch. And surprisingly, customers say, well, I have thousands of employees or thousands of fans or thousands of set-top boxes. You'd be surprised, you know, 5% or less than 10% of the clients will watch on demand or video feeds that require a unicast session. But we can help you design your system to be able to support enough unicast or video on demand sessions and to help manage your network bandwidth. This is where our consultation services come into play. Another thing you can do too, if certain videos are very, very popular, another approach is just to put them on a live channel in a loop. So then it is on a multicast stream, and people can log in anytime. The downside of that is, they might come in the middle of the video. But say it's a popular video and it's a 5-minute long video, and people need to watch it repetitively. You could just put it on a loop, or if you have a series of videos, just put them on a loop. So there's ways around it, to minimize unicast sessions and help leverage multicast. So we can help you with that architecture. Then this last slide, this is the nice little Amino set-top box. We have boxes that are a little bit more industrial that will sit in the wall behind the display, kind of out of sight, wall mount. We have ones that are more decorative, so if it's in a VIP suite or in an executive suite, and you want it to sit on a credenza or in a cabinet, you have a little bit more decorative version of it. So we can provide you with the set-top box that meets your applications. And it's open architecture. There are less expensive set-top boxes on the market. You can go to China and buy something cheap. Problem with that is consistency or longevity of the product. It's here today, not there tomorrow, or they'll upgrade it every 6 months, and then it's not compatible. Amino, while they upgrade their technology, it's always backwards compatible. So they're on like a 20-year life cycle. So you don't have to suddenly swap out your set-top boxes because they've gone obsolete. Amino is a very stable, long life cycle type product. So it's worth spending a little bit more money. It's well worth it in the end. Or if you have smart TVs, you don't need a set-top box. You don't need an Amino. So thank you guys for logging in today. Didn't notice if anybody has any questions. My contact information is up on the screen. You can call me directly. This is my direct extension here. You see my email address. We love to hear your feedback. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate. We will. My colleague Troy will put up a recording. We usually get it done within 48 hours or so. Sometimes we have to edit out some of my flubs, but we should have that up in a couple of days. Let me see here. Someone's asking, how do we compare with triple play? Well, I'm not sure the context of the question, but typically when I think of triple play, it's more to the consumer, where you're pushing phone services, internet, and TV content from the outside world. There's no reason why you couldn't get phone and internet services from the content provider. Now, you probably wouldn't get internet and phone from DirecTV, but say we were using a Time Warner or a Cox Cable, we could get live content from Cox Cable, obviously get an enterprise internet pipe from them as well as phone services, and the two systems would work very nicely side by side. Nothing we would do in VidOvation TV or IPTV would interfere with a phone VoIP system, and certainly would not interfere with any kind of internet services. So we can help you get a triple play video, internet, and voice services when we negotiate our content. But yeah, we certainly can bundle that all together and integrate all that together for you. All right, folks, unless there's anything else, we're going to sign off now. Let you guys get back to work. We thank you for spending the better part of an hour with us. And again, think of VidOvation for all your needs. We obviously specialize in video networking, IPTV, encoders. We have a line of very low latency encoders. We specialize in wireless video, 60 gigahertz, 5 gig, fiber optics. So any of your video and data communication needs, we'd love to help you. We work with end users, systems integrators, resellers, and consultants. So we're here to help, so give us a call anytime. Thank you very much. Have a great day.